I am under the weather. The weather is actually on top of me. I feel like I am getting jumped right now. Do you understand me? I took a little test, you know. I don't really want to say it. People get funny about that. Do they still get funny about that? Remember, didn't nobody really want to say they had that? I hope I don't have that. But I took one of those because, like, I don't like the way I feel. And then, like, I feel like everybody in my house is dealing with it at the same time. So it's making me think it's like a little stomach virus or something like that, because I don't have like the typical, you know, symptoms. But let us pray. Look, what am I here with? I told y'all I got y'all, and I wasn't gonna do it. I told myself, I was like, I'm not doing this tutorial on it. Like, this one gonna be for me. However it goes, it goes. But I gotta move around, y'all. Y'all know I get stuck when I feel like I'm stuck like Chuck, and I can't create the way I want to. It's a no-go. So I'm like, let me give this to the crochet community, to the crochet boys and girlies, and bang. So this tutorial, as you can see, is long awaited. Y'all beg for this, and I appreciate y'all though. I really do. Y'all was like, can we please get a tutorial on the Le Crochet Clog? And I am delivering. Okay, I'm delivering for y'all. This is a Spice Girl. Ooh, got him. This is a Spice Girl. This is actually an order, and I got to do the second one to this one. So I'm like, let me just record it and give my folks what they've been begging for. Okay, so not only are y'all learning the clog, y'all learning the Spice Girl clog. I ain't hit y'all with the regular. What you will need for this tutorial, I'm using an 8mm hook, glue gun, glue sticks, little needle, scissors, pre-roll. Ain't nothing like a good pre-roll. This ball was big, but I did this shoe out of it. So this is what I have left of my pre-roll, but I have all my bright colors sitting to the right of me. I still have to do this. Anybody have to do this to remember the right from left? Right side of me. And let's go. And first and foremost, you need a clog. A croc, a clog, whatever the case may be. I'm using a platform clog, Croc style. This style came out a few years back, and I had a few pair. I loved them. I was obsessed with. I wasn't a Croc wearer, but when they hit us with the platform style, I was all for them. So I had a few different colors, and one day I was looking at it in my bed and decided to cover them up. Now y'all know I am the queen of a ghetto setup, honey. This y'all want to overheat, y'all gonna look at this tutorial right here on my lip, and I hope I'm not ashy. I can't tell because the light's shining on it, but here we are. Now, y'all remember, I'm not sure if y'all seen, but if y'all didn't, go watch this video right here. That is the boot tutorial, the Le Crochet cover boot. It's similar to the way that we do that, right? All we're doing is shaping the shoe, right? So, of course, we're going to start with a slip knot. Like so, like that. And then look, y'all, this is how it is. I was lazy. I ain't cut them off yet. As I crochet, I'm just going to crochet over this or just like kick it to the back so I can cut it off later. But that's how I pre-roll. I just snatch some colors, tie, snatch some colors, tie. All right, so we have our slip knotty dotty. And then I'm just going to chain to the same length as the front of the shoe, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 will do it. Yep. Look at me. I'm on point at this point. So from corner, side to side of the front of the shoe, right? Now, next we're going to go into the first chain with a double crochet. And you can do this with half double or double crochet, but I do it with a double. And then we're just going to go across this whole row with a double crochet into each stitch. All right. Y'all know that. Come on, get out of my way. And I'm just kicking them to the back because this will be the front, so it don't matter. I'm just going to kick those ties to the back and cut them off later. But yes, 1 double crochet into each one of those chains that you did across. And then when you get to the end, like where I am right now. This is what you should have. Okay. We are then going to chain up 1, 2, turn our work, and we're going to do a double crochet into the same exact stitch that our chain 2 is in. So wrap around, and we're going into that same stitch as our chain 2 and making that corner an increase. Okay, y'all see that? We are going to actually do the same thing into the next one, an increase into the next chain. Stitch, I'm sorry. So it should be increase, increase, and then we're going to go across the row with 1 into each stitch. Don't start, Philly. I'm recording. Come here. Except for the last one. Now, the last stitch, we're going to put an increase, but we're not going to put an increase here and here like we did in the front because of the shape of the shoe. So it's wider on this side, so it's going to be more increases on. Am I doing it right? It's wider on one of these sides. You'll see it's funny shape. That's why it's more increases on the other side than the other side. So what I was saying was we're going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch, and in this last stitch right here, we're going to do an increase. So we're going to have increase, increase, double, 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 last stitch increase. All right. And then I'm just going to lay it on the shoe so you can get an idea of what I mean. You see that? You see how it's shaping the shoe with the increases? All right. So we're pretty much going to be repeating this the whole time. What is on my, oh, glue. Glue on my hand. We're going to chain up 1, 2, turn our work. We're going to repeat that step of a double crochet into the same exact chain that our chain 2 is in. Increase in the next stitch as well. So increase, increase, and then we're doing 1 double crochet. Why my hook keep falling off? Then we're doing 1 double crochet into each stitch over until we get to our last stitch, and then we're putting an increase in there. So this is my last stitch. I'm doing increase. That's 2 double crochets into the same stitch. All right. Y'all see how it's like sprouting out to make this shape? All right. Okay, so next we're going to chain up 1, 2, turn our work. All right, go into the same stitch as our chain 2. Excuse me, to create that increase. We're doing another increase right next to it. Increase, increase, and then we're just doing 1 double crochet into each stitch across until we get to our last stitch. And our last stitch we will be doing. I feel like a little mush mouth right there. We will be putting 1 increase into that last stitch. All right, so I'm at my last stitch, and I'm just going to do an increase. That's 2 double crochets into that stitch on the end, and I'm going to go right back to my clog. Let me bring y'all down a little bit, and I'm going to see how she's shaping to the top of the clog. So she's doing pretty good. All right. And of course you have to stretch it to the clog, guys. So, and you know what, guys, you should have those pins. I used to have them. I don't work with too much equipment. I just do everything then. I think it's the easy way by not having it, but it actually is harder. Like the way I got to pin it all just to show you. But you would have pins and pin this here if it helps you. At this point, I don't need them, right? So that's what we're doing until it shapes the whole, this part, like this triangular part of the shoe. All right. Okay, guys, so we're just pretty much going to be repeating that pattern of increase into the first 2 stitches and then 1 double crochet into every stitch across until we get to the end of the row for the next, for me, at least 2 rows likely. Right now I'm creating a size 9. Obviously, it will go, the rows will go according to the size of the shoe, if it's bigger or smaller. So I'm almost done row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is row 5. I'm almost done. I'm going to see, my floor is so creaky and my son is walking back and forth. Excuse the noise. That's my increase. I want to just keep showing y'all because you do have to make sure when you're sizing it along the sides, it's not going too far, over. Because we only want to cover this side, the inside of it, right? So we wanted to shape, that part. So actually I don't need 2 more rows of increase. And look, we're not going to have this mesh perfect around the top because we also have to trim this. So we're going to be going, once we're done this, we're going to be going around the edge with a half double crochet. So we want to have room for that half double crochet to fit in here as well. So when you see me sizing it up, I leave like this little gap right here because I'm like imagining my round of half double crochet there. All right, so with that being said, I am done with increases. Now, mind you, I don't have the pins, but we're going to have to stretch this to fit here. That's why I keep the increases going up. But I think I'm done with my increases. And we could just go to, well, not done completely, but done with using 2 increases. We just need 1 at the corner and then double crochet across. I'm all over the place. All right, guys, so I'm on row 6. And I'm only going to be doing an increase into the first one. So we're going to put a double crochet into the same stitch that our chain 2 is, and that's going to make my increase. And then I'm just going across with 1 double crochet into each stitch across. Okay? Until I get to the end, and then I'll be doing another one. Now, guys, keep in mind, like, I just said that I don't need any more increases of, 2 and 2 and you know what I mean? I just said that I don't need it, but that's why I keep showing y'all how to shape it to your shoe, because who's to say you're doing the same shoe as me or the same size and you may need more increases, but I'm letting you know, which way to go, how to do it. It depending on you need more or less increases. We're all crocheters here, so we know, what to do in certain instances. But yes, I'm done with my increases. I'm just going to be going across into every stitch with a double crochet. And then once I reach the top of my shoe, I'll come back and show you guys. Okay, guys, so I made it to the top of my shoe. Okay, increasing accordingly. And it's not going to be perfect, but once you are able to stretch, pull, and glue it on, it will shape to it. But you just want to get the basic shape at the top of the shoe, all right? And that's why the increases are going up into like this triangular shape, because once you just give it a little pull, it literally, you're going to pin and glue that there. So this literally is going to just shape where you want it to shape, where you pull, stretch, and glue. All right. So this is what we're looking like right now. We have the top. Why is it so lopsided? Oh. We have the top of the shoe, and then I'm just going to trim it and outline it in a round of half double crochet. So I'm going to insert, I'm getting stuffy, y'all. I'm going to insert my hook, chain 1, and then I'm just going to go all the way around the top of the cover with half double crochets to give it a nice clean trim to it. Okay, half double crochet around the perimeter of the cover. Okay, guys, so I've made my way around my cover. I'm just going to slip stitch to close it in. I made my way around with my trim of half double crochet. I'm just going to cut off here. Boom. And this is the top of our shoe. We just have to glue it on. All right, but I'm going to glue everything on at the end. So now we're going to move to the base of the platform. Okay, guys, so for the base of the shoe, slip knot, and then we're just chaining enough chains to go around the perimeter of the shoe. All right, so literally all the way around. So I'm going to start with, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's about 60 for me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to try 60, but just make sure you have a chain long enough to go around the bottom of the shoe. Okay, guys, so I made a chain that goes all the way around the base of my clog, okay? I am now going to make sure for when we do this, right? So we got to slip stitch into the very first chain to close it off. But make sure that all your stitches are facing up or facing the same way rather. Okay, because you don't want it to be all twisted. So slip stitching here, chaining up 1, 2, and going around my chain, but making sure my stitches are up with a double crochet into each stitch around. Okay. Simple enough. 1 double crochet into every stitch around until we make it back here. Okay. All right, guys. So that's exactly what I did. I went around with 1 double crochet into each stitch around. Look at the colors, y'all. This is the best part about the Spice Girls and using scrap yarn and pre-rolling and all those things. They just come out so dope with the colors. So next we're on to round 2, and I'm gonna just give it to y'all. This is the end of it. We're going to be chaining up 1, 2, and we're going around doing the same exact thing, 1 double crochet into each stitch around until we have the height of the platform. So for example, on this clog, I did 1, 2, what is that? How do I count these rows? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, yep. The colors got me so mixed up. I'm like, wait, what am I counting? 1, 2, and 3 rows. Okay, so all we have to do is 2 more rows. If you're doing it this style, exactly like me, if you're doing just 1 strand of yarn, obviously you are just making it up to the same height and width of the platform. But I have 2 more rows to do, and then I will be back to give you the next step. All right, so now you guys can see how the base is supposed to frame the platform of the shoe, right? All right. Next, we will be adding the top. Look, that came together real quick, didn't it? Y'all see that? 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 So all you're doing pretty much, guys, is stretching your top to frame your top, stretching your bottom to frame your bottom. Now, like I said, I don't have the pin, so I'm just, like what I typically like to do is put my glue here, pin it so that it's stuck, and then I'll start shaping the rest of the shoe because that'll hold everything in place. It's kind of like cheating a little bit. Now, I want to glue this first, and then I'm going to go to the bottom because we do have to do another round of double crochet to close this all in. So for example, this is going to be glued here, and then we have to connect this to this by doing 1 more round of double crochet from here to here to close this all in. But I'll show you that. Let's just focus on you guys maybe pinning, but me gluing my top on. All right, here's for the fun part. I have my glue gun. It is a mess. Please pay it absolutely positively no mind. All right, so I'm going to put my glue right here in the corner, a nice amount of it too, kind of like shape out a triangle, just so that I can pin down that corner. And like I said, you guys may have pins. You guys may be prepared. I'm never prepared at all. So I'm always doing stuff this way. And I'm just going to take one of my corners, and I'm going to place it here. And I'm going to let that sit so that it can glue. And then, as you can see, it's going to start shaping the shoe. But if you had pins, you'll be able to pin it. I don't have no pins, so I'm just going to glue it, let that sit there for a minute so it can dry and be hardened so that I can stretch and pull this the way I need it to go. All right. Now I'm just going to start with the areas that I like to start with gluing first. All right. So I got this side. I'm going to next go with this part of it all because I want this to be flush Like it may be a little, especially with the Spice Girls, I noticed because it's chunkier yarn, it may have that air bubble because it may not be, you know, it's a little bit bigger. Now, it does have like a lip to it. Once I stretch this, this does supersede this part of the shoe, but only by about 1 round. And I think that gives it like a cute little finish anyway. All right. So next I'm going to be putting my glue around here. All right, all around the front. And I'm just going to carefully place it on here while giving myself at least 1 round above the trim. All right. And then that'll take care of like that air bubble that was in here. And it flattens it all out. It's really so simple, y'all. Honestly, I thought a lot more people would have got it. I saw a few people were starting to get it from the boot tutorial. And that's pretty much like the same premises, but this is so simple, but you come out with such a cute look. Y'all know how I am about my cute looks. All right. So next, now that I have this on here, glued to here, I'm going to do the same thing I did over here and put some glue here and stretch that to fit there. All right, so I have both sides of my shoe glued corner to corner. I am now going to, ooh, am I ashy? Yes, I am. Why am I ashy like that? All right, I'm going to now pop the hood, right? And I'm going to trim this part of my shoe with my hot glue gun. All right. All right, so I'm going from here. I'm just going to put glue all around this part. I'm going to push it down. I'm going to stretch it and push it down. All right. You still make sure you stretching fast enough because this glue will, I have to cut those off. This glue will dry up on you fast. All right, but that's what I want. I want that whole inside triangle, holes exposed, still open. All right. All right, guys, now for the base, we're sliding this on and we are gluing it to frame the bottom of the platform. All right. So I like to start here, gluing here, because ultimately this is going to stretch just a little for you to glue to the bottom. All right, that's the gift, and that's the gift about the acrylic yarn, the give and the stretch and the pull that you have with it. But look at this side already. Bang, bang. Get your pins together, y'all. At this point, I've been doing it so much, I'm like pretty on point with how to place it. But get them pins in order. So this is an example. We're going to be crocheting from here, attaching here, and then we're doing a row of half double until we get to the side. And I'll show you that, but right now we're just going to start gluing. Like I said, I like to start from here. Okay. And then placing it, gluing it, sticking it, and then make sure it's hardened before I start pulling to glue to the bottom of the shoe. All right. Glue, glue, glue. And be pretty generous and making sure, but make sure you do not burn yourself, y'all, because, man, you got to be really careful. Sometimes it'll seep through those holes. And, man, oh, man. But, look, I like to stretch. Place, 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 hold, hold, hold. Get it as close as possible to the lip of the top of the platform, okay? And then, like, at the end, we're going to wind up using our needle that I told you we needed to go in between to make sure that they're attached. But still, you want it to be so nice and close to that part of the clog. I got glue all over me. All right, guys, so I'm going to repeat that, adding glue all the way around to the top until I get here. I'm not going to glue back here yet because remember, we have to still crochet back here. So I'm just going to go around here, stop here, glue here, and then I'll leave this part open. All right, so we're doing that all the way around on both sides, gluing until about here. We're stopping because we got to crochet, but all of this should be glued down. The whole front should be glued down. All right. Okay, guys, so I have that glue, and now we're going to work on the bottom of the shoe. I'm going to be putting glue all around the bottom and stretching this to fit the clog. And I mean shaping it to the shoe as well. And I'll show you how to do the middle, how it has this little dip if you're using this kind of platform. So I'm gonna pop the hood again and apply the glue to the front of the shoe, the bottom part of the shoe, a little bit up here too. And then I'm just gonna stretch it to fit the bottom of the shoe. Okay, and we're gonna leave some room because we don't really want our crochet part. A lot of people say, "Hey, so isn't it gonna get dirty?" I would never crochet on the bottom of it, but leave a little gap so that it doesn't. But naturally, any shoe is gonna get dirty. Good thing about this, I feel like you can, you know, damp rag, light soap with it and scrub and it'll come up. So that's the front of that glue down, right? And we're doing that same thing all the way around. Glue. Glue here. And I'm pulling to stretch it to shape the shoe. Without burning myself, I need like some kind of gloves. Press, make sure that sticks on there good. Next, we have this little dip part in here. All right, and that's honestly my favorite thing. I love to see how those colors just like dip in and out. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to apply the glue around that little heel part. But when you're doing it, you're literally going to be, this is why I love the flexibility of the yarn. You're going to do it, but you're going to lift, hold, press, pull down, hold, press. And then that will hold this part of the shoe into the same shape as the dip because you're holding it, right? Like when I tell you you're framing this shoe to fit it, you're framing this to fit it. And it's so chunky, doesn't even matter. Just rip it off. It's so chunky you can't even tell that I like bunched it up a little bit to make it fit. But look at that. You made your little divot in the shoe. All right, look y'all. So we are almost done. We have our base glued to the platform part and we have this on the top. And now I'm just going to show you guys how to attach this to this with one more round of double crochet. All right. All right. Now what I'm going to do is take my hook and place it into the stitch that is closest, I guess, to where we have to connect it. So I'll actually back it up a stitch. And I'm just going to put my hook into the stitch, slide it into one of these stitches closer to the bottom. So that it's through here and here. Slide my yarn on. I'm just going to pull through and that's going to attach the top to the bottom. You see how they pulled that right up? See that? All right, attach our yarn. Chain up 1 and 2. And then we are going across with a double crochet into each stitch around. All right. So here's 1, 2, 3, 15. All right, so I'm at the end of my round and I'm doing the same exact thing from here to the tip of this, to the tip of the top cover. And I'm just going to pull my yarn through to attach the top to the bottom. All right. Pull that through, chain off, all right, chained off, and now we have one more round of double crochet to now shape the heel part of the shoe so that the whole shoe is covered. All right, so now we're going to apply our glue, our hot glue, to this part. And we're just going to pull up and place this evenly around. All right, make sure it adheres to the shoe. It's nothing like a pop of black and white in these colors. It hits me every time. I just love the spark it gives it. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know there's no black and white in this pattern. That's why I love to just pre-roll and just let the yarn do whatever it wants to do, because it comes out so dope either way. but it just always gives me like a little zebra vibe. But look, y'all, that is the shoe. That is the shoe. That is the popular, cute, viral late crochet platform Clog. Okay, I had to give it to y'all because it's time to move around. It's time to move on to something else. All right, so next thing I want to do is just hit this with my what is it, hot gun, my heat gun to get all the fuzzies off and make it look all nice and bright like this one. Like, y'all see the difference? I used to do it all the time with my lighter. Like, that was like my thing. I get my little torch, but now you can't tell me now with my heat gun. I zap those little dusties, muffies things off, and then I will add my late crochet label to the top, and then that is done, y'all. And here we have it, y'all. A pair of the late crochet Spice Girl chunky clogs. I hope you guys followed this tutorial easily. I hope yours come out just as dope as mine. The Spice Girls are definitely a hit. Look at those colors. Yes. Oh my gosh, y'all, I really look a mess. I'm so sick, but over and out, over and out, over and out. These are just like so cute. I call these the Barbies. Y'all, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being patient with me. I am back. I forced myself through this tutorial sick and all. I said, now I got to get back to my channel. I got to get back to where I'm happy at. And I love being over here on my YouTube, creating and making tutorials and putting dope stuff out there for y'all to make as well. So please like, comment, subscribe to this video. I got a lot more coming. I'm focused so hard right now on Vlogmas. Y'all know Vlogmas, I got to upload every day. Record and upload every day. So that's going to be like, wow. But I'm just going to take y'all along with me. If I got an order to do this day, if I got something new to create with y'all this day, just know late crochet Vlogmas is about to be lit. I'm finishing up my basement. That's going to be my late crochet lounge. I'm getting all my Christmas content. Like, this is stuff that makes me happy. This is stuff that makes me happy, getting back to my content. So make sure you please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video to all the crochet girlies and all the crochet boys. And yeah, hello. All I ask is, if you make them, if you post them, tag me. Inspired by, made by, I got the pattern from. I don't sell my patterns. I put them here on YouTube so you guys can all watch them. Create whatever I create free of charge. But I do ask that if you're going to be using it, especially selling them, just by Inspired by Late Crochet by Dre and Nicole. That's it. Over and out, y'all. Until next time. I'm tired. I gotta go take some medicine.